everybody, KC0VI Tom. This video is out of sequence, numbering scheme, and it's one of those deals where it's kind of important information I think we might want to share. And so here we go. And now, live from the wait a minute, that was the traffic report. What did Les Nussman use for emergency messages or important breaking news? Kind of like when the giant lizard ran up the East Coast, the V was broken on the teletype. If you remember back at the Tokyo Ham Fair, Yaesu announced the FTX-1, get my numbers right, Carly, and it was kind of an interesting radio. I watched a lot of the videos I could find and anything I could read about it. It was really intriguing. Hey, there's some neat features on this. I like the fact it was small, compact. It was 6 watts or 10 watts, depending on your power source. It was mainly made for sodas and podas, QRP style. I thought, wow, that's one thing I always wanted to get into was QRP and sodas and podas. Around here in North Iowa, we're pretty flat. I mean, until you get over the Missouri River that way and Mississippi that way, we're flat. For example, the highest point in North Iowa is over in Forest City, which is 45 minutes that way, Pilot Knob State Park. That is a poda and a soda. So it's like, hey, wow, I could knock off 2 birds with 1 stone and get more into it. And so, like I said, reading everything I could, I thought, this is a neat radio. Then it was announced later on that year that pre-orders were being accepted by your major supply houses. So I thought, okay, so I went to Gigapart. I've always said good luck with Gigaparts. And we'll talk more on that later. And placed down my $35 plus some other fees, which kind of shocked me. And got my pre-order in August 24th. That was like the first or second day you could do pre-orders. And about 4 or 5 weeks before Hamvention in Ohio, it was released by the FCC, the certification of, acceptant. And I thought, wow, and there's some specifications that we all learned about the Optima 100-watt PA deck. I thought, wow, this is cool. Then shortly after that, the pricing was leaked by some dealers. And then there was the owner's manual that was released on Yaesu's website. When I downloaded that, reading, I thought, wow, this is cool. I'm going to change my order to go to the Optima. There was specification on size. It would fit in my new camp 2022 320S camper, Tigger for short. Right now there's an FT891 in there, but I can make the Optima fit in there. For me, that was like the perfect radio. I could do 100 watts from the camper with the ATIS antenna. Yeah, it's ATIS, people. This is North Iowa. And if I want to go soda and poda or set it to pick the cable and play around with 6 watts, to me, double duty. If you follow my videos, anything you buy for camping or use for camping, you want to make sure you can do at least double duty. Example, your dinette. You eat on it during the day, then at night it falls down to a bed for the kids, and somebody my size won't fit on it. So that's, it makes camping more fun when that device can do multiple things. So, I had a couple of videos about the Optimas, and there were some Facebook groups that spun up, and then there was a handful of naysayers who showed up. I remember back when ICOM released the IC705, there was a handful of naysayers that popped up, trashing the videos, trashing anything about the radio. It's only 5 watts. How can I make contacts across the world on just 5 watts? It's a QRP radio, guys. Come on. If you don't want to do QRP, move along and find another radio. I can remember watching a video of a guy who had a cheap Chinese 100-watt amp, hooked it up to the IC705, and proceeded to blow smoke out of the amp. And his last comment was, it's ICOM's fault because the communication between the 705 and my Chinese amp is incorrectly, so I'm going to make them replace it. Well, nothing ever happened. There's other videos of guys using a better quality amp, and it worked fine. But and again, like I said, all of a sudden these guys started popping up on the Facebook pages and on the other YouTube channels, and they were trashing. And I just noticed there's always the same handful of people. I mean, come on, if you're going to trash somebody, at least change your username, okay? Make false accounts. They don't even know how to stalk somebody. And lo and behold, they show up on my page. I mean, it was like, wow, I made the big time. I'm finally getting stalked. Trolls are monitoring my channel. And one guy, he just said the radio's junk. It's not good. You shouldn't be paying that much. Well, $2,000 doesn't just pay the radio. I mean, he even claimed that he looked up all the parts, and there's not even $200 worth of parts in the FTX-1. And this is, if you've ever been in manufacturing, no. The final price on the device does not cover just the hardware. That covers the engineering time that was placed in design stages. When the radio was pilot ran, when the radio was moved to the production floor and set up the production floor, and during production, any problems that popped up, and after production started, there's always a couple of deals that pops up, you poke here, something pops up over here, one of those deals. And that's what that final price is paying for. And, you know, okay, they want to talk bad about the radio and keep it civil, fine. Well, then they started going after me and other people who are posting on my channel. That's where I draw the line. I just deleted their comments and waited for them to come back, and they never came back. Yeah, I'm a big tough man. I'm going to trash this. Oh, you removed my comment. I'm not coming back. One thing, one of my removed because I was accused of accepting money from Yaesu for giving good reviews. I was accepting money from YouTube for making good reviews, not trashing anything. I've trashed stuff, trust me. And well, so we're going to set it down here in right now. Or the other one that really got my goat, I was receiving devices for free in exchange for good reviews. Well, let's start from that one. Okay, I've never received any device from any company for a review. I've always bought the devices. Anything I'm reviewing to you guys, showing you guys, I pay for it out of my own pocket. Open up the, you know, my billfold, and the bugs come flying out, and I find either the credit card or my checkbook, and that's how I pay for it. We've done that from day one on this channel. The FT990A, we bought that, we used it, we gave a review, and it's in the house being used even today. Now, do I accept money from Yaesu? No, Yaesu doesn't even know I exist. Do I accept money from YouTube? No, I don't have enough subscribers. I don't make enough videos. I'm not on the gravy train. The only way you got on the gravy train with YouTube when it first came out, first couple of years, then they YouTube realized they were losing money, so they changed all the rules. So a lot of those newcomers, we don't make any money, or if we do, it's not that much. To make money, you got to put a lot of content. For the last 7 years, I can proudly say the amount of money I earn from YouTube is $0.00. I'll put my kids through college on that. Do I receive free devices for good reviews? No, I've never received a free device, either from anybody. Closest I ever came to it was the ComDrop CJ1. I bought originally that from Gigaparts. Messed up it on the firmware. I screwed that thing up really bad. Sorry, Joe. Joe Hamburg said no problem. Let's just ship it back to me, and we'll take care of it. And so I threw it in the mail. They got it, and it was right before the holiday weekend that summer, or in the fall. I believe it was in the fall. They shipped me one, and it was in a rush to get it out. They were supposed to put the new firmware on, and they forgot to, or they were in a hurry. Well, then Monday or Tuesday morning after the holiday weekend, they sent another one. So here I get 2 ComDrop CJ1s in the mail. I quickly contacted Joe. Bugs are still here. And I said, hey, Joe, what are we going to do? You want me to send this one back? And he goes, no, just keep it. And I said, no, to me, that's not right. Send me the invoice and I'll pay for it. He says, how about half? I go, deal, send me an invoice. So that's the closest I've ever received. And I got plans for that radio, so keep your grubby hands out of my comment section. So, you know, like I said, then the naysayers really were hammering all these channels. Like I said, they found me and they put that out. So I just deleted their posts, like I said. So now, right before Hamvention started, it was announced that you could change your pre-orders to orders on a lot of these supply houses. So I contacted Gigaparts, says, hey, how do I what's the process to change my pre-order to an order? The response was, all pre-orders were sent an email on the process how to go from pre-orders to order. Thank you very much. So I responded back, said, sorry, I did not receive my email. Here's a copy of my invoice. How do I change from pre-order to order? The response was, all pre-orders were sent an email on the process of how to change from pre-orders to order. So I just copied what I typed the first time, pasted on top of this email chain, sent it back to them. Then they came back and said, oh, here we go. I'm sorry we missed that. And they laid out the deal, and I quickly followed the steps and paid for it that day. And $2,000, which they gladly took. And so I'm happily waiting. When all the videos come out of Hamvention, I didn't see anybody buying anything from Gigaparts, the FTX one, or DX Engineering, but HRO was selling a lot because HRO was a big Yaesu seller. And then I saw a couple of videos pop up about some people. This is third hand, so I want to be careful. One guy claims he had a close buddy that worked inside Yaesu, and the story was that HRO took all the radios that were sent to them. If the pre-order said they picked it up at a store, that was sent to that store. It was mailed to them. Those radios were shipped off to Hamvention where they were sold. If that is true, I was a HRO customer, I'd be ticked. And it's kind of neat. Now I was going to find and have a link for that video. I can't find it. It's been removed, or either by him or by YouTube or Yaesu. You know, And again, all the naysayers were in there, trashing this, trashing that. After Hamvention, I contacted Gigaparts, want to know the status of my order. And they said they're expecting a shipment in by the end of May, and they would ship them out right away. Okay, no problem. In the May came, and I didn't hear anything, so I sent another email and said, "Oh, there's been a delay. It'll be next week. We'll start shipping them out." Okay, first week of June. So I contacted them Monday morning of this week of the recording and asked them about the status and where I was at in line. And they said there's been another delay. There'll be later on this summer. The Optimas will be shipped out. They never answered me about my place in line, so I responded back. I said, "Okay, what is my place in line?" And the response was, "We don't keep track of people in line. We just system." I thought, "Oh, that's weird. Why do you have a pre-order if you're not going to follow, the deal on where I am at in line?" Well, then about that time, I saw a video of a guy who was showing off his Optima. He claimed that he did his pre-order August 30th. That's 6 days after mine. Paid for it last week, and they overnighted it to him. It's kind of like, okay, this is weird. Something doesn't smell right in Denmark. So I contacted, again, back customer service at Gigaparts and says, "Hey, what's the status of this order?" "Yeah, there's a delay again, and we'll let you know what's coming." So are we talking like middle of June, end of June? And the response was, "No, end of August." Okay, I paid, you took my money, I'm paying interest, paying off my credit card for this purchase, and I don't have the product. So I just respond back and says, "I want to cancel my order, I want a refund." Give it to Gigaparts, fantastic customer service. Within the hour, my order was canceled, and I was credited, actually not credited, I was refunded my credit card. So yeah, they did right. I have nothing bad to say about Gigaparts on that. Now, HRO, if those stories are true, and I was an HRO customer, I'd be quite perturbed. Then, about the same time, there's been a lot of videos released on all the problems, all the bugs going on with the FTX1. And like APRS not working. Oh, I almost had the guy's call sign KRF or K. Anyway, just do a search on APRS and FTX1. There's a problem with it. You can't respond to messages. And the guy got a response from a VP at Yaesu stating, yeah, a lot of the features on the radio weren't ready for the release, but it was released anyway. And there'll be multiple firmwares, and to bring the radio up to the final package, and it's going to be a long time. He said it'll be a couple of months before all the firmwares are released. But I'm going, whoa, that's right there. You got a VP acknowledging that the radio was not ready for prime time when they sold it. I'm glad I canceled out when I did. I don't know about you guys, but when I do firmware, it's scary. I mean, I've bricked a lot of devices trying to do firmware, due to the fact that a butterfly flies by the window and something happens. I mean, on computers, on radios, anything with a CPU, if they tell me I got to do a firmware upgrade, it's just kind of like, I'll rather live with the problems. So, the FTX1 or the Optima, that's bad. I mean, that's going to be a big hit on that product, unfortunately. There's a lot of neat features on it. It's innovative, and there's a lot of things I'm still drooling over it, but I don't want to be a beta tester for a product that has multiple bugs in it. So I'm going to wait probably a good year before I even think about replacing it, putting my order back in. I'll keep running the FT891 in the camper. I won't replace that yet. I still got that nice tax refund check I've been holding on to. Before the FTX was released, I was really serious about looking at the ICOM 905. The microwave radio, and that would fit in the camper real nice. But checking with some of the local clubs here in North Iowa and Southern Minnesota, there's not too many activity on there. There's only maybe 3 or 4 guys in the Rochester, Minnesota area. That's close to me, and I don't think I can make contact with them. Then you have to get up into the metro Minneapolis area for that. So on that, if you have a FTX1 or the Optima package, let me know what problems you're seeing. If you have any problems, what your views are on it. Was it a good buy? Was it a mistake? Are you going to hold out and try to run through all the firmwares? I'm just kind of curious for the non-techie people that are in ham radio who did receive their Optima F or their F1. Did you send it back? Did you keep it? You're going to live with it? On that, Yaesu is a big enough company. They'll weather through this, no problem. But that FTX-1 might come out as as that -2, kind of like what they did with the FT991. They had a problem with the power deck, and they did a revision on it, came out with an A version. Well, they can't do an A version on the 1 because they already got the 1F and the Optima, or the 1 Optima, so I think it's going to come out as a 2. On that, I've rambled here long enough. Thanks for watching. As you can see behind me, I got some plant maintenance to do. I got to do some deadheading. Come along for the adventure.
Be sure to tell your friends, neighbors, other hams. Subscribe, hit that bell to get notification when new videos come out. Add comments below. 7-3 everybody.